All right, well, welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And my name's Mike.
So today, we're going rye. No, that's fine. It's Riverboat. I didn't have the name on it. It just has a little riverboat there. Riverboat Straight Rye Whiskey. Again, this was one of the ones that, I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot on this one either. I don't like going right to like their site because then you get tainted information sometimes too. But some of the sites, they don't even let you on. You got to give your firstborn to get on them. And I'm not doing all that either. But
email, address.
Yeah, everything. So this one is actually made in Indiana. Now, in order to be called a rye, you have to have at least 51% rye in your mash bill. This one actually supposedly has a 95% rye, 5% barley. So if we're going to get a rye taste, this is right there. So this is supposed to be the younger sibling of Redemption Rye, which is known for their 95% rye. I've had them many years ago, but I don't really remember.
Is it a competitor? Probably so.
They said it was like a younger brother. I don't know if it's a competitor or if it's one of the, maybe it's a cheaper version. I'm not even sure.
The next time I...
This is only $19.99. I think Redemption's up there a little bit. You're up in the, maybe the 30, 40, 50. I haven't bought it. So, or I did buy it one time, but I just didn't realize I bought it. Someone bought it with my money. But, so the rye has to have...
And that wasn't me.
No, it wasn't him. Rye has to be aged for at least 2 years, and it can't be blended with any other spirits in order to be called a straight rye. So, and that's why this one's a straight rye, because it's been aged at least 2 years.
Probably our first then, right? I believe.
Huh?
It's probably our first.
Not our first rye, but...
No, straight rye.
I don't know if 101 or Jack's right behind you. Is that called? Nope, that's a straight rye. I can see it from here.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that would have been aged for the 2 years and not blended with anything else, anyways, because it came from Jack Daniels. And Wild Turkey, I don't think is blended either. Wherever the Wild Turkey rye is, that might be a straight rye too. But the difference being is, I think Wild Turkey, they're kind of secretive with their mash, but I think it was only like 52%, which would make it like barely legal. I mean, these guys are claiming 95%, so they're making rye whiskey with some rye in it. Let's put that way. Let's see if I can get a pop. It's in there, baby. That was not coming out. The paper ripped weird, so it would have been nice if they took some of this off, but there you go. Let's see what this is. Now, I'm wondering, because we did finally get the peppery flavor of the rye the last couple times we tried it. So at 95% rye, I'm curious if we're going to get
That's the flavor?
Yeah, this is a...
fake cork.
This is one of them fake corks, but it was in there. That is not coming out.
It's a savor.
That's a, oh no, they're all going to be savors anyways. But I keep saying that you keep seeing for fun. You keep seeing a collection growing. Your collection. You know how hard it is not to just go. Oh, I really like this one. I want to drink this bottle down. Like I'm trying
or not compare, because then we're like, is it like that one?
Oh, holy!
There's no alcohol smell.
No, well.
That's why I asked, what was the proof, do you know?
90, isn't it? I believe it's at 90 proof.
Yeah, it is.
I think it was 90 proof. This is definitely a whole different aroma.
It is. It is. Color's close, but...
Now I got to figure out what this smell is, because this is nothing
This
like...
is almost like remember the journey you did it through the field up in the woods? Not even in the woods, but just through the field?
Yep.
With the, with tall grass, with blowing... I could follow
I'm
that.
almost just tripping. I'm almost sniffing tree bark right here. Like this definitely tastes woodsy to me. Like smells. I haven't tasted it yet.
More in the field.
I am. This is totally. I am not getting
any
brown sugar.
No,
there is no caramel.
Like grassy, tall grass with the big.
I'm gonna have to take a sip.
Things.
You might be right. It's totally nothing like I've smelled before.
Mm-mm. Or tasted.
And this is our third rye, but that is still on my tongue.
It's
now the peppery. Now that was like 5 seconds after the fact.
Peppery, but it's
still a flavor.
It is, but this drink's stronger than 80 proof, I think.
Yeah, well, it's 92, but I'm just waiting. I'm waiting.
Proof, right? Oh, it's 90 proof?
If you think it's
90
proof, no.
Yeah.
like there's still a slight tingle on the back of my tongue. I wanted to see how long that was gonna.
I didn't switch that one this time.
Neither did I. It actually just hit the back of my tongue, and it's actually sitting on there. I don't know if it's something I ate and it activated the peppers from the seeds I was just eating, or now you're getting a. It's not an oaty smell either right now.
No.
I'm getting.
I'm still now. It's almost like more. I'm still in that field, but it's damp.
Are you doing a hay? I'm almost smelling a hay.
Yes, like a tall grass.
Yeah.
So it could be. You want to call it hay? Yeah. But it's not cut yet.
No.
You're just kind of walking through, pissing you off.
Yep. I'm almost getting. That's what I was.
I'm not in the woods.
No,
it's not a musty, damp smell. This is like.
But it's not a flowery field either.
No, it's a morning walk in the grass.
I hear you. That shitty grass that just freaking bugs you. Sometimes it even feels like it's.
Or you're walking through before you got to do hay. Yeah. And just make sure it's not too wet. Job I hated. Even haying. Farming.
It actually has a nice little happy
not
smell.
Farmers.
No, not farmers. It's definitely different though.
It is.
There was no harshness on that first sip. Let me actually switch this one around. But you do get that lingering peppery feeling after that. But it was after I already swallowed it. So let me try it again.
It's almost like to me, it's almost like more like, it's not like an oak. To me, it's more like a piney flavor. I'm getting like more like a piney flavor.
And I don't know if that's because of the rye spice state, the spiciness of the rye itself. You don't get like the barrel taste, like you're not getting that oaky flavor.
I don't get.
You really are. I see where you can go with pine with that.
I have had pine needle soup. Not recommended.
Ooh, I can say I've never had that, but I can see where you're going with pine with that, though. I can see where it is almost.
I still get like the morning grass, tall grass.
That is still on my tongue.
It is does still
like
it's not a tingle. It's just like a
just a
nummy like
that peppery flavor, like you ate something hot,
but not
and it hasn't
not
gone
the
away.
Malloy spice to me. And sorry, we keep going back, but that just had like a reference. Had like a real peppery flavor to me.
Oh, see, and this, but it doesn't. Not when you're drinking it. It doesn't. I don't feel any of it here.
No.
I feel it just sitting on my tongue, like when we did the 101 rye, where you got a little. But it's more than that because there's a lot. I think it's the rye spice that's doing it. When you drink it down, it is a boatload of flavor, though. I am getting something, and it's gonna make me angry because it'll be after the fact when we shut the camera off when I'm like, oh, that's what it was. I was smelling.
I'm still kind of
because it's definitely
kind of leaning towards pine-ish. I don't, it may be more like a pine cone because it's not like you didn't crush pine needles like this.
It's or the pine pitch that you had on.
No pine pitch.
It's not like
strong.
that. Yeah.
It's almost like a dried pine cone kind of goes, quick.
I like to burn them for smoke.
They do. They
smoke like crazy too. When I was in a campground and didn't have a lot of wood, I would throw some on just to let it, it would smoke the whole place out.
All for what was it? $20.
I gotta be honest. The more we're doing ryes, the more it's a whole different world. Like it
totally.
Really.
It's not.
But it's not a world I don't want to venture into.
No.
I'm actually enjoying it.
I think honestly, I almost would rather go here, bourbon and whiskey, than the Canadian whiskey.
No,
or the Scotch type deal.
I was finally listening to me. I told you that in the beginning. There's not that there's anything wrong with Canadian whiskey, but to me,
or Scotch,
it's weaker. Like it doesn't have as much flavor to me. And maybe I just haven't had a good Canadian whiskey. But
there's some that have like that mud. Not even mud. It's like a.
I agree.
Supposedly, it's better.
I don't say that I like this. To me, I ventured now. I am liking the caramel, vanilla, brown sugar of bourbons, but I do like this whole peppery, wet grass.
Pine cones.
It could be pine cones.
That's what I get.
There is a smell here that's coming out though, and I'm trying to
babble
along.
I can't get the taste. Because the taste doesn't really come out the same as the nose.
The more it sits in my glass though, I'm almost getting like a, I don't want to say banana bread because I'm not getting a banana. I'm not getting a banana. But what about, you ever have a zucchini bread?
Yeah. It's like a pumpkin bread.
So it has kind of that bread-like quality without the banana flavor. Just a hint of it at the end. It's where it's not straight oatmeal. It's almost like a...
No oatmeal. I got no oats. This one.
No, when you really get your nose into it, it's reminding me almost like of a... Because a zucchini bread that I've had is like nice and dense, and it's almost banana bread texture. It just has a different flavor. And it's almost bringing me to that. No. If anyone knows me from my son's channel, Jerky Sauces Arrow, we do food reviews. Everyone knows I'm not a cake eater, but when I was a kid, I used to eat a lot more that, you know, because Ma used to bake.
Zucchini.
She never made the zucchini breads, but then...
We got that. Well, I have it.
Tammy's...
I'll have to put one together.
Tammy's family had made it at one point in time, and I had it, and
but
that's
honestly,
what it's reminding me of.
Zucchini, pumpkin...
So we had so many squash at one point. I think we even made it. I think Tammy made it one time.
I don't think it's available. Is zucchini out right now? If it is, it's coming out from south.
Yeah, we can get it, but it's not going to be fresh out of the garden.
I could call my local farmer and see if he's got some. Put one together. It actually comes out pretty good.
They're usually tasty, especially if you dock them up. I got to be honest. The more I'm drinking rye, it's a whole new world.
Like we're half cookie channel now.
Yeah, well, it ends up coming. You know, to me though, honestly, drinking and eating
it did come out hand in hand. It did come out mint, and that combo we had with the bread was really good.
No, the banana bread, that thing was kicking with the ones we had. Yeah, that was actually really good.
That was a good flavor to contrast the drink that we had.
I didn't get to have too much of it either because my son went after that like
2 next time.
It was crazy. He loved it. I was like, make sure you text Uncle Michael and tell him how good it was. But you know, drinking and eating go hand in hand. This is why, like, so to me, sitting by the smoker, smelling that smoke out in a nice summer day while you're smoking rib, brisket, whatever you put on it, and just sipping, like, this is, to me, is nice. This is, it's just spritzing. There it is, go spritz, it's been an hour. Okay, back to my drinking.
Another log on a fire.
Yeah.
Never did it.
Honestly, this is a whole new world of rye. I kind of like that peppery feeling on your tongue when you're drinking it.
You do get that.
And this one actually, I'm not going to say it doesn't drink hot.
No.
But
it's the same.
It has a lot of flavor going down though. Like it's not drinking.
It's not a caramel. It's not a sugar. It's not even an oat. I'm still leaning. There's a flavor with it. I'm still leaning like it's.
It brings the heat, though.
It does.
This is bringing some heat. As far as...
I said it drinks stronger than...
You can 100% tell...
it is 90 proof. So.
You can 100% tell it's 95% rye, too.
Yeah,
when you go... It's not rude.
No.
But you're getting that full tingle at the tongue. You
and
would
it's
think...
Weird. There's like no real barrel hint.
No.
To me. I'm not getting any barrel hint in this. I'm still leaning towards
But they say it's only aged at least 2 years, so it didn't sit in a barrel. And again, it's all going to depend.
A couple less though.
But it's going to depend on how charred the barrel is, what the temperature was. I mean, this is actually made in Indiana, but who like I didn't read the bottle.
I'd have to Google and see maybe who they're trying to compete with.
When I went on it, it said it was the younger sibling of Redemption Rye, which again. What that means, I don't know. I wrote it down because that was one of the fun facts. But
I'll look into it.
You got
after
this. This was a Total Wine and More. I don't know if you can get this anywhere else. It doesn't say. I mean, it has a pretty generic looking label.
Generic yet
informative.
But then when it comes to a whole story.
Did you read it?
I did.
Okay.
I'm not gonna remember it.
No, that's fine.
It was a whole story.
I didn't read the bottle.
They kind of said that it's probably come from a bigger distiller, and then they did their own mixing.
Let me see you, just for fun while you're talking. Yeah, I'm just curious. I like this 1999. The more I'm venturing into rye, I mean, it's not something that
I don't think I would mix this. I wouldn't mix this.
No.
It's actually, it's not bad. It has a different taste.
The distillery tells the story of the early years when rack house workers would open up barrels with only a few years of aging and thieve a bit of the whiskey. So they're going for the younger, non-barrel tasting,
the delinquents that couldn't wait.
That's exactly what it says.
They were crossing.
Once sampled some, we understood why, and then that's where this was born. So this was born off the fact that people were stealing it before it was ready, and they were like, "This is good as it is. Get it in." Yeah.
It's almost like the Navy days when you talk to the cook, made a deal, grape juice,
making the home brew, you're making the toilet brew.
We had our own. We called it hooch and twang because you had to have like 7-Up or something. It was rough. But 60 days at sea, it worked out.
It's funny though that you didn't taste the barrel, and they're talking about not aging it long because of that fact. But honestly,
did you? I don't taste
that rye spice actually takes over when you throw it. Especially
that would have actually been a good name, hooch and twang.
Yeah, someone might steal that. You should,
Hit subscribe if you do.
There you go. At the very least,
hit I like.
It almost has with the spice when you go to swallow it down. It almost has like a sweet taste and a spice at the same time. Like it almost hits you on a whole different level.
It goes down sweet, but then it has.
That's what I'm saying. It almost has you just bit into like a plum and you're drinking. You know what I mean? Like it's a sweeter taste. Like a I don't want to say apple because that's not even sweet enough. Like it has a sweet, but then it hits you with the peppery afterwards, after.
Quick.
It almost reminds me of the mango habanero where you get that sweet bam.
This one's quick.
Yeah.
It's not a delay.
No, just a little. But then the peppery sits on your tongue and stuff,
and it sticks there for a little bit. It's not doesn't disappear.
At least a good minute.
It's not a thick, gooey, syrupy drink. It's light.
And to me, it's not an aggressive, offensive attack on your tongue either. It's just And when you drink it down, it almost drinks like it's a hotter one too, because that rye spice gives you that.
Oh, and it is 90 proof.
As they want to say, the Kentucky hug, where you feel like the warmness coming down, but not as hot. Not as hot.
Not Tennessee whiskey hot.
No, those are just aggressive. That's an aggressive. That's a difference. To me, this is like a gentle little probing, where the other one's just a beat down sometimes. You know what I mean? Where it's not, where you're like, whew. I don't have that. I don't want to go.
No.
I'm actually enjoying the fact that it's doing something in my mouth when I'm drinking it.
It's actually a nice sipper because you don't have to okay, I need another one. Okay, I need another one. Okay, I need another.
It almost makes you want to slow down because you feel the heat.
And then you can enjoy it a little bit and then talk or whatever, and then have another sip.
100% sitting out with a little bit of ice cubes would be nice too, where it might dull it down a little bit, but I think that the fire of the rye would fight through that. To me,
I don't know.
I don't know
if you'd lose a lot.
I don't think I would want the ice cubes because I like the taste as it is.
Hot summer day, and again, we're not down south, but hot summer days to us, fat kids up north,
it's still warm.
It's still hot. So yeah.
Now that it's almost down, now I'm finally getting like the oatmeal smell in the bottom of my cup.
I'm still not.
Just a little bit. I am. Maybe because you have more in there.
Well, I get the same smell.
I'm getting a little oat. I'm getting just a little bit. Again, it ain't a fruity oatmeal by any means. It would just be like the bottom of the oatmeal that you didn't put anything in it. But it's not like a brown sugar bourbon oatmeal. A brown sugar cinnamon.
I'm still leaning towards the grain, like a grain type. I still see myself walking
isn't
in
that
like
what
a morning.
Isn't rye a big?
You don't
big
make
weed?
hay. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Well, again, we're not farmers.
I'm not a farmer, but isn't rye like barley? Like it doesn't grow on a big shoot and then they take the top.
It is, but we don't really do that here.
No, but you are walking through a field with the rye, isn't it? The top end of like the big.
But I've never been there.
I'd have to Google it. Yeah, no, I've never been through a rye field, so I don't know.
Me either.
I gotta say though,
been through a lot of different fields. That's not one.
Never seen Riverboat. I I don't know if this is a Total Wine and More thing. I don't ever remember seeing it. $19.99 for a 750 milliliter. I think it's a good tasting rye.
And something different on your shelf, and
it's not a bourbon though.
It's not a bourbon.
If you're a bourbon lover and this is not going to be for you.
Totally different.
But if you're drinking rye, I think this is.
Or if you're doing a variety pack, it's an interesting bottle.
Mm-hmm.
No, people are gonna think they'd be like, where'd you get this? And then
I like the little story behind it. There's a bunch of little thieves that were stealing it beforehand, and that's how they came up with the flavor. But I mean, it's a 90 proof, $19.99. I don't think you can go wrong with this.
No,
this would hold up to Coke. This would hold up to ginger ale. This would hold up to ice cubes and just straight.
And one of these days we'll have to have a little ginger and.
I don't think you can go wrong with this. I think that rye spice, that little peppery rye spice, would fight through anything you wanted to mix this with.
I like it.
The more I've been drinking rye, because I've never really been a rye guy. Like I just never. Well, I drank the Scotch and I drank the cheap bourbon. I didn't really go rye, and then I had a few here and there when COVID first hit, and someone was dropping stuff off. And you're gonna listen to my dog bark. My son's coming home, but they. With that being said,
gotta go short.
I really like it. I would give it a try. There you go. Before he starts barking at you, we went long anyway. So
and it looks
Riverboat. It's got a nice little story. Actually, a nice flavor, nice taste, a nice nose. And I wish I could tell you what I smell, but I am getting oat now. Now that it's sat in my glass a little bit. But it doesn't taste like it smells. It definitely gives you that rye heat. And 95% rye. They didn't cheat you either. You know what I mean? Like they didn't mix it with a lot of stuff. It's only got 5% barley. Which is another.
So we are still walking.
Field. You're still in the field.
I'm still in the field.
That's what I'm saying. So your assessment isn't that far off, but there you go. He won't back because he'll see who it is now. So, all right, $19.99. I say get it. If you're looking for a rye, it's inexpensive. It tastes good. So there you go. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers
Thanks for watching.
Subscribe.
I gotta be honest. The more I drink these, the more that's a whole different world.
But you do get that peppery.
No, it's still there.
It's after, especially when that was like the biggest drink I did.
Yep.